Hi, my name is McCully, and today I'm going to be doing a video reflection on the backyard squirrel maze, which is a video posted by our professor in our Psychology 1101 class. The video takes, squirrels in the backyard and puts them through an obstacle course with motivation, and it's kind of funny and it's an entertaining video, but reading from the textbook, I started to notice a chain reaction just going back and forth, looking at different definitions and what the squirrels were using to get these obstacles knocked out of the way so they can get to their big reward, which was the walnuts. And that just happens to be the unconditioned stimulus that Mark identified early on in the video. He laid out all the nuts, all different type of feed, and they always went for the walnuts, the fattiest nut. It makes sense. They need that for their stores for the winter or whatever else they're trying to do. And the unconditioned response to seeing those walnuts is that they're going to go after them no matter what it takes. No matter what obstacle you put in the way, no matter how high you put them, doesn't matter. They're going to go after them. Well, the parts of the brain they're going to use to tackle those obstacles is their parietal lobe, which is the lobe that is responsible for translating all your senses, all your bodily senses, touch, feel, sight, and then your cerebellum is the one that actually collects all that data from your joints, your muscles, your tendons, all your balance, the ear canals, and that whole system and how that works. The squirrels are very good at it. And there's one really clear example with the catapult. Whenever the squirrel got bolted out there at the end, it repositioned itself and targeted itself onto a spot on the net and knew where it was going to land. It knew what it was doing, which was really interesting. As the video continues, it starts to get really impressive as days go on and they hit walls with these different obstacles. Well, each obstacle is an event in their episodic memory, which is great because they use visual encoding and really all different kinds of encoding in my mind, but the textbook really narrows it down to visual encoding. They're taking in the senses, using the parabellum, using the parietal lobe, motivated by that unconditioned stimulus and their unconditioned response to hit that goal of getting the walnuts there at the end. One thing I did notice watching the video and observing myself was I kind of had a functional fixedness with seeing how, and they even do it in the video. It's a little bit of a trick. He shows you a human doing the ladder bridge, and then I'd imagine myself doing it. And I actually have done one of those bridges, and it's not easy. And then I watched the squirrel Rick was trying to get across the bridge. And he's looking, he does it, he tries it a couple times, but he's a squirrel and he knows what he's capable of. And he's done this in his episodic memory. He's gone through this a couple times. He knows he can't just walk across. Well, he knows from his parietal lobe and his cerebellum, he knows what his body's capable of, and he just vaults himself all the way across the ladder bridge. Yeah, he could have done it a different way, but he's going to pick the path of least resistance to get that done. And that's basically the chain reaction I noticed, and that's my reflection on the video and my thoughts from the reading of the textbook. It was very entertaining to watch, and it was really cool to make those connections and understand kind of how these animals work. I mean, if you put that animal's responses and reflexes, minus the physical ability, and ratio-wise, like humans being able to do what squirrels do is pretty insane. But if you put that in like the NFL, you'd have one freaky athlete. Definitely a very interesting video, and yeah, there's my reflection.